We got the Cold War progression news dump we were waiting for. Very interesting mixed bag. Let's take a look. First, yesterday they covered how Cold War and Warzone and Modern Warfare would all be tying together. Cool, we only had scattered details up till now. To summarize this massive point form article, it's linked below if you want to read it. When Cold War launches, you'll start with the 1 to 55 military ranks, just a rename of the enlisted ranks of Modern Warfare, where you unlock all your guns and gear. Then there's going to be more leveling beyond that we'll dive into in a moment. But then on December 10th, that's when Season 1 of Cold War will kick off. That's when your Modern Warfare and Warzone rank will reset from 155 or whatever you happen to be, and it'll get synced up to whatever your current Cold War level is, which will either be 55 or lower. They say don't worry, you won't lose any of your Modern Warfare unlocks. Even if you get dropped to your Cold War level 1 because you didn't buy the game, you should keep your Modern Warfare stuff like every season reset. This is just how they're going to get all the ranks synced up across all 3 games, because they're now making it so that you can rank up the same level, the same account, no matter what game you're playing. Modern Warfare, Warzone, or Cold War. So the changes they're making to the season leveling system and prestige thing will be made to every game. Warzone is in the middle of everything, where worlds collide. It's where you can use and rank up weapons from either COD game. I've heard the Cold War weapons will all be rebalanced to fit with Modern Warfare. Seems kind of dumb to have 2 AKs if they're going to have slight stat variations, but Warzone will feel the same. It's just getting a bunch of Cold War content. Of course, the multiplayers of each COD will only have their own weapons. The new Battle Pass content of Season 1 will be all Cold War stuff, which means you can only use it in Cold War and in Warzone, not in Modern Warfare. However, you will be able to progress the Battle Pass by playing Modern Warfare multiplayer. The items will just mean nothing to you unless you also play those other games. So they're going all out on cross-platform, cross-game, cross-gen everything. One unified Call of Duty leveling system, with Warzone being a big amalgamation of content. Now, they did say that Cold War is, quote, the preferred way to prestige, thanks to the new challenges, XP events, and other advantages planned throughout the seasons. So, no doubt Cold War and Warzone will be the more actively supported games, like you'd expect from the yearly COD cycle. Modern Warfare will take a back seat, but you can keep playing it and not feel like it's abandoned. You're still in the loop, in the same ecosystem. Okay, I'll have all the thoughts on that at the end. Now moving on to News Day 2, where they went more in depth on what they're calling the Seasonal Prestige Leveling System. So, basically,
my prediction is they're going to say Prestige mode is back, and everyone will rejoice, but it'll be some sort of hybrid between that and seasonal ranks.
Yeah, I knew they would use the word prestige. They absolutely had to, but it wouldn't quite be what people were looking for. Right, so there is still no resetting your unlocks. They want to appease the group of people who don't prestige and don't like losing their unlocks, while trying to appease us as well. Can they do that? Let's see. After military rank 55, when you have all your unlocks permanently, your seasonal prestige journey starts at season level 1, where you automatically earn your first prestige, in finger quotes. During Season 0 at launch, that pre-season period, you can earn 3 prestige milestones at level 1, 50, and 100. So, literally rank 155. Then with Season 1, your level will reset, but your prestige progress will continue from your highest prestige reached so far. So if you got to level 100 in Season 0, you'd be Prestige 3, and you can earn 4 more prestiges per season at 50, 100, 150, and 200. So you could be Prestige 7 by the end of Season 1. There are a total of 25 prestiges you can earn across all seasons, meaning you can only hit max prestige 25 by halfway through Season 6. You can only miss a couple prestiges if you want to max out in Season 6 at the end of the year. When you reach level 200 in any season, your level color will change. You can get the Prestige Master title for that season, so there will be 6 of those over the year, and you can customize your Prestige icon with legacy Prestige icons from previous COD games that you choose to unlock. How that's done is every Prestige milestone, every 50 levels, you get a Prestige key that can be spent in the Prestige shop. So maybe there will be interesting things to buy in the Prestige shop other than the previous Prestige icons, or maybe some icons will be more expensive than others for the insane XP grinders who are collecting a bunch of Prestige keys. Because after level 200 Prestige Master in the season, you can continue to level up to 1,000 every season with milestone rewards every 50 levels like the Prestige key and apparently Battle Pass tier skips and whatever else they put in there. Finally, they only have a tiny bit to say about challenges. There are season challenges, 2 collections of 20 calling cards, 20 for multiplayer and 20 for zombies. Challenges become ungated every 10 levels up to 200. So it sounds like 20 challenges per game mode per season, although I don't know if maybe there's a group of challenges every 10 levels and only one of them awards a calling card. Probably only 20 challenges, and if you get every calling card in the collection, you'll get the animated Season Master calling card. Essentially, Modern Warfare's animated officer emblems, except this time, they're calling cards. Okay, that's what we got. Thoughts on that? First, going back to part 1, the triple game shared leveling system. I don't want to have too strong of a knee-jerk reaction like, this is terrible, or this is amazing. I'll go in with an open mind to see how it plays out. I definitely see some pros and cons. Since I really didn't like Modern Warfare's seasonal progression, seems like most people found it pretty hollow, part of me wishes we just ditched that and got as far away as possible to get something entirely new. At the same time, they did make changes that alleviate some of my biggest problems, and the unified leveling is a pretty big move. It's clearly the future of COD they've been preparing for, unifying the games, instead of them being completely independent every year, where some people like the old game and stick with it, while the rest completely leave it behind to move to the new, actively supported game. That is a cool move they've been working towards, to make COD feel more like a multi-year game, and I think there's a lot of good in that. We've talked about how you can't make a COD game everyone likes, so having multiple COD games that still feel current instead of abandoned and eventually a hacked mess is maybe the best way to give more people what they like. I wonder how many games are going to tie in with this unified leveling system in the future. Is it every game from now on, or only the most current 2 or 3 games, or will they ever ditch it and go back to normal? I'm sure Warzone can keep absorbing more from every game and eventually cycling out older content if there's too much. They said no current plans to remove any Modern Warfare stuff, but maybe next year. It's interesting to think about. Also, this longer time frame of COD makes me wonder about what could be done with long-term challenge objectives. They could make stuff that spans multiple years or multiple games with all this connectivity and have things that let you display your previous game achievements, like that one time Modern Warfare 3 showed your prestige icons from the previous games. And you could be working towards things like get 1 million kills across all COD games. Crazy long-term stuff targeted at the COD players who play it every year. The doors are opening for COD to be not this 1 year and done thing, which I do find interesting. At the same time, I don't think they have anything quite like that in mind, and I do have some fears, because this is building off a system that I really didn't like last year. Now it looks like it's clearly sticking around for the long haul. There's no longer the hope of next year wiping the slate clean, starting fresh with the systems that I preferred. The seasonal model is not going anywhere, which is great in some ways, like for content delivery, but I think definitely not for challenge mastery goals. So, then we got part 2, all about their seasonal leveling and so-called prestige system. Funny how just using the word prestige has gotten a lot of people immediately on board. But yeah, this is clearly strongly based in Modern Warfare. I guess it worked for them in that game. They don't want to stray too far. That said, it has gotten better in several ways. The prestige milestones carrying between the seasons is good. There's more of a sense of long-term progression there with something that doesn't reset, but you are capped on how much of that you can earn per season. 3 at first, and then 4 every season after that. No matter how hardcore your grind is, you will be Prestige 3, like everyone else, and then 7, and then 11. This pretty clearly demonstrates they are unwilling to give people back the ability to progress at your own pace, where you could blow through to Master Prestige, feel like you're done with the game, and then fade away and quit. I assume that's the reasoning, although it might cause people to not get into it in the first place. There will be no more The Race live streams. That's a relic of the past, because the stream would now be a year long. One clear problem I can see is that not only are the tryhard grinders probably not too happy with being capped in their prestiges, this doesn't benefit the non-tryhard grinders either. If you ever fall behind in one season, if you ever miss a single prestige milestone by not getting to 200 in time, like if you get to level 180 in season 1, so you're prestige 6, it sounds like you will now permanently be behind the top people by that one prestige. No matter how hard you play, you'll be behind. Now maybe what prestige you're currently on isn't that important, and the prestige keys you earn to buy stuff from the shop are actually what matter more, but being permanently behind by 1 prestige, that doesn't sound annoying at all. At least it's something long-term between seasons, but I also don't know where your prestige level actually displays. Is it in the lobby, or is that still only your current level? I think you get an emblem you could choose to use, but most people want to use different emblems. Since you have prestige keys to unlock your prestige icons, I assume you can just choose your favorite one. If you don't have to unlock them in order, that icon won't carry much meaning. Having a different color and being able to choose your icon when you're Season Prestige Master is cool, but I assume it still only displays your current season level. Hopefully your level past 200 as well, if you continue on the way to 1000 each season. Still, that level resets, and I'm guessing your total career level will be hidden away again, unless they surprise everyone and put it on your calling card. Hopefully, the career level feature at least feels more planned than Modern Warfare. I want to still be visibly gaining XP and increasing my level, not just a hidden number with no visible XP attached. And you do earn more keys on the way up, so there is some incentive to keep going. If there are long-term goals to buy in the Prestige shop, that would essentially show off how high your career level is, since you could get 20 keys every season if you're insane going to 1000. If there are only Prestige icons, I think you'd run out of them pretty fast. In fact, after you unlock your one favorite Prestige icon, if you aren't forced to do them in order, many people might not even care to collect the rest when they never get displayed. I'm hoping there's more to the Prestige shop. At least have one ultimate icon after buying every legacy icon. Or more stuff in general, if you could buy mastery character outfits, for example, or some card or emblem that cost 50 keys each. If it's only the prestige icons, and maybe you dump your extra keys for more tier skips, that would be sad. Also, the Prestige shop only opens in Season 1. It sounded like you might get capped at level 100, aka Prestige 3. I'm not sure if you can even continue leveling to 1000 in the pre-season. So that sounds like a whole lot of fun for the first month, getting capped off again at the launch of the game when you want to be playing and progressing but feel like it's being partially wasted. I hope at the very least level is uncapped for Season 0 as well. So the most relevant rewards are still tied to hitting Prestige Master every season, level 200, and doing the challenges. And now, about having 20 challenges for each zombies and multiplayer instead of 100 for multiplayer. You might think that's less content, but I prefer that. First, cool that zombies is involved, but two, if there are 20 even somewhat unique challenges instead of a big dumb list copied season to season, that's way better, and it gives me some hope that there's maybe a permanent 100%er challenge system that is not tied to the seasons. They didn't talk about any other types of challenges at all, which is not a good sign, and also these give 40 calling cards per season. I don't care about the calling cards really, but that is a lot. It does sound like that could again replace meaningful permanent challenges, but we'll just have to see. Because no matter what, even if the 20 challenge thing is a bit more fun than last year, that isn't a lot to do, and the season calling cards aren't gonna matter much to me, just like Modern Warfare's emblems. After I'm done with the Mastery camo, Dark Matter I assume, grinding XP for prestige keys is not gonna be engaging. It's all on 100%er. That is the make or break for me, challenge-wise. So this leveling system is clearly better than Modern Warfare, I think. It sounds like they're mitigating the hard cap issue, which was the most important to me, at least with Season 1 onwards. Season 0 sounds a little scary. There are also reasons to keep leveling every season with the keys, and the prestige milestones are a nice addition for long-term feeling of progression, but they still felt the need to cap how many you could get per season. The prestige shop could be cool because the keys aren't capped, but that all comes down to what is being sold. Will there be cool stuff to save up for and show how many keys you've collected, or just a bunch of emblems at 1 key a pop? Seasons aren't going anywhere. I know this is not gonna be what many wanted out of something called Prestige. To summarize, I think this was an improvement.
But it's not hard to improve on garbage.
Those are my thoughts. We'll see how it plays out in Season 0. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.